Namaste, beautiful. Welcome to Yoga is the Answer. Today the question is, how can I detox everything I need to get out this holiday season and open my heart so I can love myself and everyone around me more fully if I am a newer practitioner to yoga. And this 1.5 hour multi-style beginner level yoga class is the answer. So I made one of these classes last week for intermediate level practitioners. And today I was asking myself what kind of class I should make. And I was like, oh, well, I should make one for people who are starting out their yoga journey. So this is for you. If you are somebody who is starting out your yoga journey. If you are not someone who is starting your yoga journey, you might want to choose a different class of mine because this class does include quite a bit of teaching. And while there is quite a bit of teaching, I am also going to be linking tutorials to the things that I am teaching, or maybe to things that I don't go into so much depth in this class so that you can get more detail there. But I will be teaching Surya Namaskar A and B, so Sun Salutation A and B, and Crow Pose in this class. Other things are things that we have done previously in previous beginner classes, and I also have tutorials. Yeah. So the purpose of this class is to, first we're going to kind of use some twisting and some more heating movements to get out what we need to get out to cleanse. And after we've done cleansing, then we're going to open our heart a little bit, try to love a little bit more. So we are trying to clean our cup and fill our cup so that we may pour from our cup through the rest of this season without it running dry. Yeah. So, whenever you are ready, we are going to start standing today. So, I will meet you standing. All right, my loves, let's begin with our feet hip-width distance apart. Taking the hands to heart center, pressing the hands against each other, connecting the thumbs to the chest, and closing down the eyes. And let's take this time to ground into the body. Starting by grounding into the top of the head. Bringing the awareness down the head into the face, the back of the head, down into the neck, into the shoulders, and down the upper arms to the elbows, down the forearms to the wrists, grounding into the hands, feeling the hands pressing against each other. And coming back to the chest, grounding down the chest and into the belly, and all the way down to the pubic bone. Coming back to the spine, grounding from the top of the spine, down the upper back, the middle back, the lower back, all the way down to the tailbone. And grounding into the hips and the hip flexors. Grounding into the glutes and down the legs to the knees. Bringing the awareness down the lower legs to the ankles. And grounding into the feet, feeling the feet gripping the floor. And imagining roots growing from our feet, extending down to the center of the earth. And let's imagine those roots wrapping around the core of the earth, anchoring us here. So we are now grounded, anchored in our body, and our body is grounded and anchored onto the earth. We are here, we are present, and we are committed to cleansing, to opening, to renewing, to loving. If there's any additional intention that you would like to set before we move into this practice, you may do so now. Anything that comes to mind, or if nothing comes to mind, that is totally fine. Know that your intention will be met at exactly the right time. And now allow for the idea to move back to the unconscious mind, while the conscious mind is fully focused on the present moment. And now let's blink open the eyes. And let's start to warm up our joints. So let's start with the neck. Let's take the hands to the hips. And inhale, bring the chin up towards the ceiling. And exhale, bring the chin to the chest. Just 10 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's make circles. Bring the head over to the left and back. And exhale, bringing the head down and back to the left. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale. Exhale, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switching directions. Inhale, bring the head over to the right and back. And exhale, bring it down and back to the right. Keep going. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful. Stretch the arms out in front. And inhale, bring the fingers up towards the ceiling. And exhale, bring the fingers down to the floor. Keep going 10 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Making fists. Inhale, bring the fists up and over to the right. And exhale, bring them down and to the left. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switching directions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring the palms so that they're facing up. Inhale and touch the shoulders, and exhale, straighten the arms. Keep going 10 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring the arms down. Let's circle one arm at a time. So let's take the left hand to the hip and inhale, bring the right arm up, and then exhale, bring it down behind us. Inhale, bring it up to the front. Exhale to the back. Keep going. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch directions. Inhale, bring it up to the back, and exhale, bring it to the front and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch. Right hand to the right hip. Left hand straight. Left arm straight. Inhale, bring the left arm forward and up, and exhale, bring it back and down 10 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch directions. Inhale, bring it back and up, and exhale, bring it forward and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful. Take the hands to the hips. Feet are hip width distance apart. And we're going to inhale and come up onto the toes. And then exhale and bring the heels down. 10 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we're going to add arms. So we're going to interlace the fingers, bring the palms so that they are facing down. And now as we come up into releve onto the toes, we're going to bring the arms up. And then when we drop the heels down, we're going to bring the arms down 10 times. Here we go. Inhale up and exhale down. 2, 3. Find a point in front of you to look at to keep you balanced. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful. Bring the hands back to the hips. Take the feet so that they are about the width of your mat. And we're going to just kind of get into the knees, doing some squats here. Okay, so we're going to try and kind of be leaning back so that we are not bringing our knees too much over the feet. It's okay if it goes a little bit. As long as it's not hurting your knees, you're fine. I want us to actually be getting as deep down as we can because we're really trying to get our knees worked out here. Okay, so kind of erase from your mind like normal squatting techniques, right? We're kind of keeping it there, but we're not married to it, the techniques. Yeah? Okay. Actually, you know what? Let's take our hands to heart center. Okay. And let's squat down. All the way down, all the way down, all the way down, all the way down. And then stand. And we can be exhaling as we squat and inhale as we stand. And stand. And bend. And stand. And bend. And stand. I wasn't counting. Let's do 5 more like this. Bend. Being careful of our knees, moving slowly. 2 more. And last one. Beautiful. Now let's turn the toes so that they are out about 45 degrees. And let's do that again. Bending the knees, coming down towards like a yogi squat, kind of malasana position, and then standing back up. Bending down, being very careful, and stand, and bend, and stand, and bend, and stand, bend, and stand. Again, I wasn't counting. Let's do 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Turn the feet back so they're parallel, keeping them about mat width distance. It can be a little wider, it can be a little shorter, whatever feels comfortable for you. Right now, we're going to take the hands to the hips and we're going to kind of circle out our hips. Yeah, so we're kind of isolating our hips here. Yeah, so we're kind of keeping the chest in the same spot and keeping the feet in the same spot, and then we're isolating the hips. So we're bringing them forward and then we're bringing them back. We're inhaling as we bring the hips forward and we're exhaling as we bring them back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch directions. Inhale forward, exhale back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now let's move the whole body into it. So now we're going to kind of bring our hips over to the right, and then we're going to bring them forward. But as we bring them forward, we're going to lean back, and then we're going to lean over to the left as we bring our hips to... No, we're going to lean our upper body to the right as we bring our hips to the left, and we're going to lean forward as we bring our hips back. Yes, we're putting our whole body into it. 2, 3, inhaling forward, exhaling back. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch directions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful. All right. I feel warmer. Let's continue to warm up a little bit. We are going to do Surya Namaskar A and B. I'm going to do some teaching, but as I said at the beginning, there will be tutorials linked if you need a little bit more instruction, if you're like getting a little bit lost, but I will still be doing some teaching so that maybe you don't need to go to the tutorial, okay? First, let's connect to the sun. So let's take our big toes together, our feet slightly apart. Let's take the hands to heart center. Let's close down the eyes. And just connect to the sun. So I usually kind of imagine that the sun is like diagonally up from my mind's eye, if that makes sense. And I kind of imagine this yellow sun, this yellow ball of warmth, of heat. And then we imagine that a beam from the sun is coming all the way down into our navel, into our solar plexus, into the sun of our body. And we feel the heat increasing in our solar plexus as we connect to the sun. It's like we are drawing energy and drawing heat from the sun. It's gathering there, igniting this fire. And then as we begin to move into our salutations, we're going to imagine that that heat that is in our solar plexus is spreading throughout our body, giving us energy in every part of our body. So let's set the intention to do that. Let's thank the sun for giving us that energy, that heat. And let's blink open the eyes. All right, here we go, round one. So inhale, bring the hands up and together, bring the palms together as we reach toward the ceiling. Now exhale, hinge at the hips, folding forward. Bring the hands to heart center for a second, and then bring the hands down towards the mat, keeping the back straight here. Inhale, flatten the back and come up onto the tips of the fingers, looking forward but looking at the nose, so we're lifting the head up. Now we're going to exhale, we're going to plant the hands onto the floor, we're going to step back with the right foot, and then back with the left foot until our feet are they're about hip width distance apart in the back. And then we're coming down into chaturanga. So we're bending our arms. Chaturanga. Now we're going to inhale. We're going to push the feet forward. Push the heels forward, pushing our toes down onto the mat. As we inhale, straighten the arms, coming up into upward dog. Lifting the chest up, lifting the head up, keeping the shoulders down and back. And now we're going to exhale. We're going to flip the toes so that they are back, so that our feet are back onto the mat. Coming into a downward facing dog. And now we hold here for 5 breaths. So we use the 5 breaths to go deeper, to check our alignment, to make sure that our heels are descending down toward the floor if they are not on the floor. Our feet are hip width distance. Our shoulders are away from our ears. We're looking up toward our navel. The weight in our hands is toward the front of our hands, so it's like at the top knuckles, it's in our knuckles, basically. We're not wanting to be back on the palms because we don't want to be hurting our wrists here. Yes, we want to be able to kind of lift up the back of the hands. They don't need to be lifted up, but it should be easy to do so. Yeah. And once we get to 5 breaths, now we're going to inhale. We're going to step forward in between the hands with the right foot, and then step forward with the left foot. So our feet are together, our toes are together, our heels are slightly apart. And now we come to flatten the back. That's all with an inhale. We're looking at the nose. Our back is flat. We're up on the fingertips, or we can be touching our shins if we need to be up higher in order to have our back straight. And then we exhale, we fold forward, flatten the back into a forward fold. Then we're going to inhale, roll up to a standing position. Reach the hands up overhead. Touch the hands together and look up towards the hands. And then exhale, we're going to draw the hands toward heart center. And then bring the hands to the side, Samastati. Okay? Now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to step the left foot back first. So again, we will do it slowly. I'll teach you. So let's inhale, bring the hands forward and up towards the ceiling. Exhale, hinge at the hips, keeping the back straight. Bring the hands to heart center, and then bring the hands down to the mat, keeping the back as straight as possible here, folding over the legs instead of rounding. And then inhale, come up onto the fingertips or bring the hands to the shins, whichever makes more sense for you, looking forward but at the nose. And then exhale, plant the hands. Step the left foot back, step the right foot back, bend the arms and come into Chaturanga. That's all with an exhale, okay? Now we're going to inhale, we're going to push forward with the feet until we come onto the back of the feet. And then straighten the arms, pull the shoulders back, keep the hips lifted, look up towards the ceiling. Exhale. Flip the feet back so that we're standing onto the feet and push the hips back into downward facing dog. Holding here, checking our alignment, making sure our feet are hip width distance. Making sure our shoulders are away from our ears, our armpits are looking toward each other, we are looking toward our navel, our hips are up and back, so our tailbone is like kind of to the back corner of the room. Our knees are straight. The weight is in the top of our hands. And 5 breaths. Inhale, step the left foot forward and then the right foot forward. So our big toes are together, our heels are slightly apart. We flatten the back here. We're looking at the nose. That's all with an inhale. And then we exhale, keeping the back flat, folding over the legs. Inhale, roll the spine up to a standing position, reaching the hands up overhead, touching the hands together, looking up at the hands. Exhale, draw the hands toward heart center, and then bring the hands down to the side. Okay? Let's do each side at a normal pace. Yeah? Here we go. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, heart forward, head up, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step the right foot back, left foot back, bend the elbows, come into Chaturanga, looking forward here. Inhale, push forward and straighten the arms, coming into upward dog. Exhale, flip the feet, come into downward dog, bring the hips back, looking at the navel. Hold for 5 breaths here. Try and kind of extend the back of the legs while extending the arms as well. So we want to be kind of like pushing back with pushing through the hands so that we are pushing the hips back in order to get our heels closer to the floor. Meanwhile, we are trying to lengthen the back of our legs to keep the legs straight and to get a nice stretch in the back of the legs. Inhale, step the right foot forward and the left foot forward, bringing the big toes together, the heels slightly apart, flatten the back and look at the nose. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, roll up to standing, reach the hands up overhead, touch the hands together, look at the hands. Exhale, draw the hands to heart center, and then bring the hands down next to the body. Other side. Inhale, reach the hands up, look up at the hands. Exhale, Hinge at the hips, folding forward, bring the hands to heart center, and then bring the hands down to the mat. Inhale, flatten the back, look up and at the nose. Exhale, plant the hands, step the left foot back, the right foot to meet it, and come into chaturanga, bending the elbows, looking forward. Inhale, push forward, straighten the arms, keep the hips lifted, bring the shoulders back, upward facing dog. Exhale, untuck the toes. And come into downward facing dog. Taking 5 breaths here. Pushing, straightening the arms, lengthening through the whole body. So lengthening from the hands up to the hips and lengthening from the heels up to the hips. Inhale, step the left foot forward, right foot forward, big toes together, heels apart, flatten the back, look at the nose. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, roll up to a standing position, reach the hands up overhead, look up at the hands. Exhale, draw the hands to heart center, and then bring the hands to the side. All right. Let's try and add in a jump back when we move to chaturanga, okay? So however you want to jump, you can jump. I'll give you a little bit of instruction, okay, as we get to it. Let's inhale, reach the hands up, look up at the hands. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips, flat back as we come forward. Inhale, look up, bring the head up, look towards the nose. Exhale, plant the hands, and now you can just kind of hop back. Or, if you want, you can jump and then try to come into a pike position, and then bring the feet down into chaturanga. So when you jump, you want to be bringing the feet and then down. Yeah? Inhale. Upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Practice it if you want to, otherwise continue with the practice. Holding for 4 more breaths here. Checking our alignment. Now let's see if we can jump forward. So now we're going to come up onto the toes. We're going to jump, and as we jump, we're going to kind of be like pushing back with the arms. So we're going to be jumping and lifting the feet, but as we do so, we kind of want to pull the shoulders backwards and see if we can find that movement, yeah? So jumping, keeping the legs piked, and then bringing them down. Flattening the back, looking at the nose, and exhale, folding forward. Inhale, roll up to standing, reach the hands up overhead. Exhale, draw the hands to heart center, and bring the hands down to Samastati. Beautiful. Let's try B. Here we go. Inhale. We're going to bend all the way down with the knees. Sweep the fingertips on the mat. And then bring the hands up, leaving the knees bent, looking up at the hands. And now exhale, straighten the legs, bring the hands down and come into forward fold. Inhale, heart forward, head up, coming into our flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, either step right and left or jump back here. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Now turn the left foot out 45 degrees. Square the hips toward the front. Step the right foot between the hands. Keep the hips square here. And now with an inhale, we're going to sweep the fingers next to the right foot. Bring the hands together and bring the hands up, looking up at the hands. And now with an exhale, we bring the hands down next to the right foot. We step the right foot back next to the left. We bend the elbows, looking forward, coming into chaturanga. Now, inhale, upward dog, straightening the arms, keeping the hips lifted, looking back. And exhale, flip the feet and come into downward facing dog. Other side. Turning the right foot out 45 degrees. Step the left foot forward between the hands. Square the hips to the front. Sweep the fingertips. Bring the hands together. Bring the hands up towards the ceiling. Warrior one. And then exhale, bring the hands down next to the left foot. Step the left foot back next to the right. Bend the elbows into chaturanga. Inhale, push forward. Straighten the arms. Come into upward dog. Exhale, untuck the toes, and come into downward dog. Now again, holding for 5 breaths. Checking our alignment, making sure our feet are hip width distance. Our weight is distributed properly. Our shoulders are away from the ears. Our legs are nice and straight. We're looking up toward the navel. Let's inhale, let's come up onto the toes, look forward at the hands, and see if we can jump our way into our flat back. Looking at the nose. Exhale, forward fold. Now inhale. We're going to sweep the fingertips and bend the knees all the way down. So we're like sitting, almost. And then lift the hips so that we are in our chair pose looking up at the hands. Exhale, stand up, bring the hands to heart center. And then bring the hands down next to the body in Samastiti. Again, if you stepped back with the right foot, step back with the left foot this time. If you jumped, try and jump again. Here we go. Inhale, bend the knees all the way down, sweep the fingers, and lift the hands up, lift the hips up, coming into chair pose. Exhale, come into forward fold. Inhale, flatten the back. Lift the head up, look at the nose. Exhale, plant the hands and jump back or move back to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Turn the left foot out 45 degrees. Keep the hips square. Step the right foot in between the hands. Continue to keep the hips square. Sweep the fingers. Bring the hands together. Bring the hands up to the ceiling. Look up to the ceiling with an inhale. Exhale. Bring the hands down next to the right foot. Step the right foot back next to the left. Bend the arms. Chaturanga. Inhale. Upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Turn the right foot out 45 degrees. Step the left foot forward. Keep the hips square. Sweep the fingers. With an inhale, bring the hands up into warrior one. Exhale, bring the hands down next to the left foot. Step the left foot back next to the right. Bend the elbows into chaturanga. Inhale, up into upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Holding for 5 breaths. Two more. Last one. Inhale, come up onto the toes, look forward at the hands, and see if we can jump our way forward to our flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the fingers, bend the knees so that we are sitting down toward the heels. Straighten the knees slightly so that we come into chair pose. And then exhale, bring the hands to the heart center and bring the hands down to Samasthiti. All right, one last time. If you haven't tried jumping yet, try it this time. Just try it. Yeah? All right, here we go. Inhale, bend the knees all the way down, sweep the fingers, reach the hands up, come into chair pose. Exhale, fold forward. Forward fold. Inhale, heart forward, head up, look at the nose. Exhale, plant the hands and jump back to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Turn the left foot out 45 degrees. Step the right foot forward between the hands. Keep the hips square. Sweep the fingers. Bring the hands together. Reach the hands up and look at the hands with an inhale. Exhale. Bring the hands down. Step the right foot back. Bend the elbows coming into chaturanga. Inhale. Upward facing. Exhale. Downward facing. Turn the right foot out 45 degrees. Step the left foot forward between the hands. Square out the hips. Inhale. Sweep the fingers. Reach the hands up, looking at the hands. Exhale. Step the hands down. Step the left foot back. Bend the elbows into chaturanga. Inhale. Upward facing. Exhale. Downward facing. And hold for 5 breaths. Sending the hips up and back. Drawing the heels down toward the mat. Lengthening the back of the legs. Making space between the shoulders and the ears. Looking up toward the navel. And inhale, look forward at the hands, come up onto the toes, and jump our way into our flat back. Looking at the nose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the fingers, bring the hips down, bending the knees. Unbend the knees slightly, coming into chair pose. Exhale, hands to heart center. Samasthiti. Beautiful. Let's twist. Yeah? Twist out some of that stuff that we don't want. All right, so remember how we did chair pose? We're going to do that again. So we're going to inhale and come into chair pose. Now we're going to exhale. We're going to bring our hands to heart center. We're going to rotate the upper body over to the right. We're going to take the left elbow to the outside of the right knee, and we're going to keep our hands at heart center, exactly at heart center, okay? And then we're looking up here. Nice deep twist. And let's hold for 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Inhale, come back to the center, sweep the hands, coming into chair pose. Exhale, hands to heart center, Samastati. Let's do the other side. Inhale, bend the knees, sweep the fingers, reach the hands up into chair pose. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center, rotate over to the left, take the right elbow to the left knee, keep the hands exactly at heart center, and look up towards the ceiling, holding for 5 breaths. 4. Twist a little deeper. 3. 2. 1. Inhale, sweep the fingers, bend the knees. Exhale, woo! Straighten the legs. Samastati. Beautiful. Let's keep going. Adding on from there, okay? We're not going to hold it though. Don't worry. I went for a run before this. My legs can't do that right now. Here we go. Inhale. Bend the knees. Sweep the fingers. Chair pose. Exhale. Hands to heart center. Rotate to the right. Bring the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Revolved chair. Inhale. Exhale. Look down toward the mat. Now inhale, see if you can lift only the left foot up. Exhale, step the left foot back and come onto the ball of the left foot. See if now we can rotate a little bit more, keeping the hands at heart center, looking up to the ceiling. And now let's hold here for 5. 4. If possible, see if we can reach down to the mat with the left hand and then bring the right hand up overhead, coming into extended side angle here. And hold for 2 more breaths. Otherwise, stay exactly where you were. Beautiful. Inhale. Exhale. Bring the hands back to heart center if they weren't. Inhale. Exhale. Step the left foot forward. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Come into chair pose. Exhale. Stand up, bring the hands to heart center, and bring the hands down to Samastati. Let's do the other side. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, hands to heart center. Rotate over to the left, taking the right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Inhale. Exhale, look down toward the mat. Inhale, lift the right foot off of the mat. Exhale, step the right foot back behind us, coming onto the ball of the foot. And now rotate looking up toward the ceiling and hold here for 5. 4. If possible, let's see if we can reach the right hand to the outside of the left foot and reach the left hand up overhead, coming into our revolved extended side angle. Holding for 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale, bring the hands back to heart center. Inhale. Exhale, step the right foot forward. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, Samasthiti. Beautiful. Let's keep going. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, hands to heart center, bend the knees even deeper. Twist over to the right, coming into a revolved chair. Inhale. Exhale, look down toward the mat. Inhale, lift the left foot up off of the mat. Exhale, step the left foot behind us. Inhale, sweep the right arm forward and around, using that momentum to pull the upper body up into Revolved High Lunge. Exhale, look back at the right hand. Inhale. Exhale, come back to our Revolved Side Angle. Inhale. Exhale, step the left foot forward. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, Samasthiti. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, hands to heart center, rotate over to the left. Inhale. Exhale, look down toward the mat. Inhale, lift the right foot up. Exhale, step the right foot behind us. Inhale, use the left arm, swing it out to the front and then around back, pulling us up into Revolved High Lunge. Exhale, look back at the left hand. Inhale. Exhale, come back into our Revolved Side Angle, bringing the hands to heart center. Inhale. Exhale, step the right foot back next to the left. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, Samasthiti. Beautiful. All right, well, let's do some core work, yeah? Yes. Yes, Davey, I'm so excited. Here we go. Let's learn something new. Here we go. Let's go. Inhale. Chair pose. Don't worry, we're coming off of the legs. Exhale. Bring the hands all the way down to the mat. Now, we're going to learn crow pose. So we're going to bend the arms. We're going to bring the knees so they are anywhere between the elbows and the armpits. So if we're first learning, then maybe we want for our knees to be kind of like outside of somewhere between our elbows and our shoulders. That's usually where we can kind of get the best support without too much core work. Yeah, so kind of have the try it at first with the knees out. If you already know how to do crow pose, just go for it and then skip this part and then continue with the practice. If you want to learn, here we go. Okay, so bring your knees so that they are to the outside of your arms for right now. Now, We're going to bend the elbows, but as we bend the elbows, we want to make sure that we are keeping the head so that we are looking forward. Okay, we don't want to come too much forward with the head because then we will fall onto our face. Yeah, so keep looking forward. And so now what we're going to do, we're going to bend the elbows, bend the elbows, bend the elbows. And then eventually our feet are going to just want to come off the floor the more that we bend our elbows. And then we keep our head straight so that we are keeping our balance. Yeah? And so we can try it with our legs in different places so we can find the version that works best for us. Yeah, so maybe you want to have your knees directly onto your elbows. Yeah, so let's try it that way. So try and putting the knees directly onto or it's a little bit above them, I guess. So a little above the elbows. Bend, 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 bend. Leaning forward, leaning forward, leaning forward until the feet come up. Yeah. So you can play around with it. I will also put a tutorial here for you. So let's try together and let's try and hold it. If you want to go a little bit, if you have a strong body, you're just newer to yoga and you're like learning how to do this pose, then it might actually even be easier for you to put your knees into your armpits here. Put the hands down. And this way we can really practice the leaning. Yeah, so we really just want to be leaning, 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 leaning. And we can bend the elbows if we want when we're starting. Lean, 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 lean until the feet come up. And then we're continuing to look forward. We're pulling the feet up toward the butt. And we hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then if we are getting more advanced, then what we would do here is we would jump back to chaturanga. Yeah. So you can try that, or you can just come down. Either way, meet me in chaturanga. Yeah. We'll do a little bit more core work maybe. Okay, here we go. And lifting up and jump back to chaturanga. And now let's push up to plank. Let's hold plank here. A little more core work. Let's just hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the elbows. Come all the way down onto the chest. And let's reverse our work. Yeah. Let's take the hands next to the body. Taking the feet together. And we're going to inhale. We're going to lift the chest. We're going to lift the feet. And inhale, lift. And hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. And bring the hands next to the chest. Inhale, push up to upward facing dog, lifting the hips. Bring the shoulders back, lifting the head. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. And let's practice that jump again. So let's come up onto the toes. Let's look forward at the hands. And this time, let's see if we can jump to a kneeling position. And then inhale, come up off of the heels, bring the hips up, bring the hands to the hips. We're gonna work on camel. So first, let's take a half camel. So exhale. Inhale, reach the head up to the ceiling, the top of the head up to the ceiling. And exhale, let's push the hips forward, keeping the hips so that they are right above the knees. And then let's release the right hand and reach back with the right hand to the right heel. And then if that feels okay, let's see if we can push the chest up toward the ceiling more, pulling the left elbow back, opening our heart here. And let's really imagine the opening of our heart. Yeah. So we just squeezed out some stuff, and now we are pulling our heart open. So we released what we needed to release, and now we are loving more deeply, feeling the expansion in the heart. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and let's inhale up. Exhale, bring the hands to the hips. Inhale, reach the crown of the head up to the ceiling. Exhale, keep the hips where they are and reach the left hand back to the left heel. Inhale, sending the chest up to the ceiling. See if we can pull the right elbow down, push the chest up more, open the heart more. Feel the opening, feel the expansion, feel the love. Bring the head back even more. Holding for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, come up. Exhale, bring the hands to the hips. Let's take our camel. If you want to do half again, you can do half on one side, half on the other side. Otherwise, keep the hands on the hips. Inhale, reach the top of the head to the top of the ceiling. Exhale, push the hips forward slightly. Reach back with both hands to the heels. Once our hands reach the heels, we can bring the head back, feeling the nice stretch in the front of the neck. And holding here for 5, 4, feel the heart growing. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, come up. And exhale, sit onto the heels. Beautiful. Let's stretch out some more. Yeah? So, you know what? Let's take a child's pose. Let's move back slightly. Let's take the knees apart. Keep the feet where they are. We're going to take an extended child's pose. So extend the hands out. Reach the hands out as much as they can. Bring the forehead down. And allow the chest to come down to the floor. So we're trying to sit back onto the feet. And we're really lengthening our spine here. So we just did lots of twisting, and then we did some back bending. So now we're going to see how long we can make our back, how long we can make our spine. Pull the hands forward even more. Let's inhale and come up. Beautiful. Let's plant the hands and let's see if we can use that core that we've been working on. Lift up and then slide the feet forward into an L position. Beautiful. And now let's reach the top of the head up to the ceiling. Nice straight back. And with an exhale, keep the straight back, folding over the legs, reaching the hands out, and just kind of passively allowing for the chest to come down to the legs, the head to come down toward the legs. So we're really trying to keep a flat back here as much as possible. So wherever we need to be such that our back is still straight is where we want to be. And then if we are able to reach our chest all the way down to the legs, then we can allow for our head to come down. So just kind of resting here, getting a nice stretch in the back of the legs. Breathing deeply through the nose. And let's inhale and come up to seated. Exhale. Now, we're just going to, in a not so fancy way, come into a pigeon position. So let's kind of just swing the left foot around to the back. We're going to bend the right leg. So we're bending our right foot so it is toward our left hip flexor. If it is uncomfortable or not possible to be in this position, then we want to be having something underneath our right butt so that we can have our hips nice and square here and we can feel comfortable in our pigeon position. So wherever we are, let's now get a little stretch in those quads. We burned our legs a little bit, so now we want to soothe them. So let's reach to the left foot with the left hand and push the left foot down toward the glutes. Nice and gently. Getting a nice stretch here. And let's see if we can feel the expansion of the heart here as we are stretching our quads. So just pulling the shoulders back, lifting the chin up, looking up toward the ceiling. Breathing into the heart here. Feeling the expansion with every breath. Beautiful. Let's take a mermaid pose. So let's take the left foot and allow for the left leg to unbend slightly. And as it unbends, catch the left foot in the left elbow, inside of the left elbow. Keep the left arm bent. Reach the right hand forward and then bring the right hand back to interlace the fingers with the left hand. Turn the chest to the front and continue looking up with the head and feeling the opening of the heart here. Now we can feel a little bit more in the back. Now that our leg is lifted, we are bending our upper back exactly where our heart is, right? This is a really nice one for our heart chakra. is where the bending of the back is right where our anahata is. And holding for 5. Maybe pulling the left leg back slightly. 4. 3. 2. 1. And release. And let's allow for the left leg to straighten. And so now we can continue to stay in the position where we are with our pigeon legs, or we can take our right shin and align it up with the top of the mat, making sure that our left hip flexor is still descending down toward the floor, making our hips nice and square here. And then if it feels comfortable, well, let's go ahead and fold over the front leg, extending the arms out in front of us. And let's use this time to see if we can get more relaxation in our body. So breathing into any tension we might feel. Using our exhales to release the tension. Really using the mind here. Using the breath. See how deeply you can relax. You can melt into the pose. And let's inhale and come up. And switch legs. Swinging the left leg in front. Swinging the right leg back. You know you're a yoga teacher if you don't know your right from your left. Oh, goodness. All right, let's bend the right leg. Reach for the right foot with the right hand and push the right foot down toward the glutes. Ever so gently, not pushing too hard, trying to push a little bit more with every exhale. Expanding the heart here. Looking up toward the ceiling. And let's find our mermaid. So unbending the right knee slightly and catching the right foot in the right elbow. Reaching unless it slips out, reaching the left hand forward. And reaching the left hand to interlace fingers with the right. Squaring out the hips, squaring out the shoulders to the front. And lifting the head slightly. Feeling the opening of the heart. Feeling into the heart chakra, exactly where the back is bending. Two more breaths. And let's release gently. Allow the right leg to straighten, either staying in this position for a half pigeon or bringing the left shin to line it up with the top of the mat, squaring out the hips, making sure that the right hip flexor is descending down toward the floor, and then bending over the left leg, straightening the arms, folding down forward. Using the breath to release tension here. Inhaling into the tension. Exhaling to release it. See how much you can relax. And let's inhale and come up. And let's rotate onto the back. Lying down. Be releasing our hair if we want to. And let's take a reclined twist, taking our right knee to the chest or taking both legs. And then if we take both legs, let's send the hips over to the right and then bring the knees down to the left. Bring the arms out, look over to the right. Either staying here or if that's not a deep enough twist, let's extend the left leg straight. Bring the right knee to the chest and cross only the right knee over down to the left. And keep the right shoulder down on the right. Using the left arm to hold the right leg. And using this as our final time to squeeze out, to twist out any toxicity that we need to. Anything left to release, we release it here. Inhaling into tension. Exhale, releasing everything that needs to be released from the body, the mind, the heart, the emotional being. And let's come back to center and switch sides. So if we want to take both legs, we take our knees together, send the hips over to the left, and then bring the knees down to the right. Take the arms out and look over to the left. And if we want to twist deeper, straightening the right leg, bringing the left knee to the chest, drawing the left knee to the right, using the right arm to keep it down, keeping the left shoulder down and looking over to the left. Inhaling into any tension and exhaling it out. And using the mind to search for anything that needs to be released. Using the breath and the mind to release it. And let's come back to center. If you are somewhere cold, if you're going to get cold in the next 10 minutes, then put on something to keep you warm. And take the feet to the corners of the mat, allowing the hands to rest by the sides. And let's relax the body completely. Starting by relaxing the tips of the toes. Relaxing the toe joints. Relaxing the tops of the feet. Relaxing the soles of the feet. Relaxing the ankles. Relaxing the shins and the calves. Relaxing the knees and the knee joints, the backs of the knees. Relaxing the quads and the hamstrings. Relaxing the secs. Relaxing the hips and the hip flexors. Relaxing the glutes and the tailbone. Relaxing the pubic bone and the space up to the belly button. Relaxing the lower back. Relaxing the space around the belly button. Relaxing the stomach. Relaxing the chest, the ribs, the lungs, and the heart. Relaxing the shoulder blades and the whole upper back. Relaxing the collarbone. Relaxing the shoulders. Relaxing the upper arms. Relaxing the elbows and the insides of the elbows. Relaxing the lower arms and the wrists. Relaxing the palms and the backs of the hands. Relaxing all the fingers and all the knuckles and all the tips of the fingers. Relaxing the neck, the front of the neck, the sides of the neck, and the back of the neck. Relaxing the ears. Relaxing the jaw. Relaxing the mouth, the lips, the teeth, and the tongue. Relaxing the cheeks and the cheekbones. Relaxing the nose. Relaxing the eyes and the eye sockets. Relaxing the eyebrows and the space between the eyebrows. Relaxing the forehead. Relaxing the temples and the back of the head. Relaxing the brain. Relaxing the crown of the head. And reaching up above the crown of the head to relax that space. And then reaching outside of the body to relax the aura. And resting in this deeply relaxed state. Take the next inhale a bit deeper, calling the self back into the body. Beginning to find movement in the fingers and the toes, in the wrists and the ankles. Taking the hands, interlacing the fingers and reaching them up overhead. Taking the feet together, reaching them the opposite direction. Inhale deeply. Inhale more. And exhale, sigh it out. Continuing to keep the eyes closed. Roll over onto the left side, using the left arm as a pillow underneath the head. Continuing to keep the eyes closed, come on up into a seated position. And take the hands to the knees. Let's take a moment to ground back into the body. Grounding into the top of the head, down the face, down the back of the head. Grounding into the neck. Grounding down the shoulders, down the upper arms to the elbows. Grounding down the lower arms to the wrists. Grounding into the hands, feeling the hands touching the knees. Grounding down the chest, into the belly, and all the way down to the pelvic floor. Grounding all the way down from the top of the spine, down the upper back, to the middle back, to the lower back, and all the way to the tailbone. Grounding into the sit bones. Grounding down the upper legs to the knees, and down the lower legs to the feet. And finally, imagining a root extending from our tailbone all the way down to the core of the earth, wrapping itself around the core of the earth and anchoring us here, where we are committed to continuing to go through our life as our best self, where we are committed to doing everything necessary to continue to up-level, so that every day we are the next best version of us. Cleansing when we need to cleanse, opening when we need to open, strengthening when we need to strengthen. Let's take the hands to heart center and lock it in. Taking one Om and three Shantis together. Exhale. Inhale to chant. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Take the hands and rub them together, creating lots of heat. Feeling all the heat from the practice, moving into the hands. And then take the heat from the hands and cup the eyes. Open and close the eyes beneath the hands. Close the eyes, take the hands back together, rub the hands together again. And take the heat from the hands and place it over the face. Move it down the neck, down the arms, down the torso, down the legs, into the feet. And one last time, take the hands together at heart center, bowing the head slightly in gratitude. Thanking yourself for taking this time for yourself. And when you're ready, go ahead and blink open the eyes. Thank you so much for being here with me today, for trusting me and allowing me to guide you. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, I would love to see them in the comment section, particularly if there was anything you found challenging or confusing about this class, so I may do my best to help you. I look forward to seeing you in the next class. With so much love. Namaste.